Wheel throwing. This first step is actually putting the clay at the center of the throwing wheel. This is the step that this activity is named for, which is throwing the clay on the wheel. The next step is to create a pyramid shape so that that shape is balanced. And so this is the most important first step, to put all of your weight down, pressing down so that the clay sticks to the turntable, using a little bit of water in between your hands to slip that clay into center using a cone or pyramid shape. So this is the most important. If this step is not balanced, then the rest of your work will not turn out very well. Notice I'm putting all of my weight on top of it, and every movement we make here is a slow but strong move. The next step is going to be a flat cake shape, kind of a rectangular flat cake shape. And I'm using the palm of my hand, the edge of the palm, kind of like a karate chop, and with the other hand I'm supporting so that that clay doesn't spread out anymore. It stays nice and contained and still centered. The next step is going to be using my thumbs to pierce into the clay and create the negative space inside. And we're pressing straight down and also cupping the clay so that it doesn't spread. It just stays contained and balanced. We're pressing down, trying our best not to bottom out. We don't want a hole at the bottom of our pottery piece. We just want to make sure that it's nice and round, and that's going to create a nice even flat spot on the inside. Okay, notice it's still balanced, the clay is still balanced. The next step, we're going to use our knuckle, or you can use two fingers here to press from the outside towards the center of the clay. This is going to be creating a sort of a mushroom type of shape. The clay will automatically begin to rise. And now the next step is to pull up using our knuckle and slowly pulling up that clay. Slowly. This has an important step here because we want to get the height of our pottery piece. And so this is a slow movement up, pressing towards the center with our knuckle and pulling up the clay. Using water, we are slipping through, again pressing down at the base into the center and then slowly pulling up that clay. This is how we get the height, and this is how we make the walls of our pottery piece a little bit thinner. This also is a point where the clay wants to kind of wobble out of center, and you want to every once in a while go back to the top of it and recenter some of that clay on at the top. Remember, this is practice, and you may have to restart a few times and just stick with the activity, stick with the steps, and you'll get better over time as long as you're practicing, the moves here that we're teaching you. I'm also supporting on the inside of the piece and pulling up that clay. You'll feel between your fingers and your hands the thickness of the clay and where you need to thin it out. You want a smooth, even wall. Here you can see I'm supporting the interior of the piece, and I'm pulling up with the outside of the clay to make a nice, even, thin wall. And that's going to give us, again, the height that we're looking for and a nice, even cylinder. From the cylinder shape, you can create all sorts of other forms. And so this is the basic building idea. Once you get this far, you've got it under control. It's balanced, and you can create pretty much whatever you like. The cylinder here is going to give you the ability to push out from the inside, or to pull in or push in from the outside, and create all of the different forms you want to create. Whether it's a bowl or a mug or a vase or any other type of form, You want to, have good control and create whatever shapes you want to create here, or whatever the task is. Okay, remember to stay steady with your hands. Keep an even speed throughout the whole time. You don't want to speed up and then slow down. You want to keep a nice even pace.